응급 환자 발생했습니다.
알려주세요.
아직까지 남의 안은 열려 있다니까. 우리 그냥 이것들 달고.
오늘 끝나면 들어간다. 당신들 지금 무슨 일이 벌어지고 있는지 몰라? 우리 열차는 더 이상 부산으로 운행할 수가 없게 됐습니다.
Hello everyone and hi Mr. Mark. My name is Muhammad Azib bin Albert and I will explain to you about the narrative structure of the movie Train to Busan that was filmed in 2016. I will start with the exposition of the movie, which is started when Sok-woo, which is the protagonist, wants to bring her daughter Suan to Busan to meet her mother. And as they arrive inside the train, there is an infected woman with a bite wound on her leg. After that, a woman attendant offered her a help, but unfortunately, she is also attacked by the infected woman and also infected and became a zombie. That is how the infection of the zombie started inside the train. Moving on to the next part, which is conflict. The conflict is started when all of them arrive at Daejeon, which is supposed to be an area under military confinement. However, the area were also infected, as the zombie infection has spread almost in every places in the South Korea, and the soldiers that supposed to help them, they also turn into a zombie, and due to the circumstances, they need to get back inside the infected train and also got attacked while they are going to the train. However, they managed to get inside, but the protagonist, which is Sok-woo's daughter Suan, was missing from her chain, and that is where the conflict started, and Sok-woo has asked for some people to find Suan. For the next part, we will be talking about the climax. This is where everything started to get messy and horrible. This is the part where all of them are crowded with the zombie horde and they need to exchange train station. So they need to go to another train station which is confirmed to be safe. However, the infection rate were increasing rapidly and makes it hard for Sok-woo to protect her daughter Suan and Song-kyung. However, he did manage to protect them, but right before they managed to get to another train, he saw Yong-suk, which is the main antagonist for this film, also infected, and then he tried to protect them from Yong-suk, and he also got bitten. This is the sad part because Sok-woo also turned into a zombie, and they let Song-kyung and Suan proceed to the next destination, which is Busan. And lastly is the resolution, and only Song-kyung and Suan managed to survive from the zombie horde. And as they arrive to the tunnel which will lead them to Busan, to the safe place, the soldier asks them if they are survivor or a zombie, as the vision is blurry and not too clear. And to show that they are not a zombie or the infected, Suan started to sing, and the soldiers stopped to fire because they know that Suan and Song-kyung not a zombie, and they decided to help them escape from the zombie horde. And I think that's all from me. Thank you for your attention, Let's move on to the next part.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. In this part, I will talk about the symbols and signs that I found in the famous horror film in South Korea, Train to Busan. So, the first symbolism is the passenger. As you can guess, the passengers on the train can be symbolized as human beings nowadays. Various passengers who were on the train were office attire, so it can be a symbol to people who have better jobs or occupations. They can also be seen only selfishness by not wanting to help ordinary people to serve themselves. It can be concluded that people who are rich or wealthy sometimes are quite selfish because they have higher ranks and money than other people. Also, there was a scene where the dad washes blood from his hand in the bathroom after chatting with his friend on the phone. It is symbolic because the content of the calls reminds him of a version of himself that records his character like blood on his hands. It's basically their company's fault that turns everyone into a zombie. Next, there was also a scene of passengers watching live news broadcasts about what was happening in the country or outside the train. However, the news that was told was a little different from what had happened. These scenes became symbolic to what was happening in South Korea, where there was so much government interference in broadcasting companies that they were able to change the news that was released. In addition, the male character named Young-suk can also be a symbol to selfish people. He was seen using his positions as a well-known person and being the CEO of a company to serve himself. He is willing to sacrifice others just to serve himself. It clearly shows that when a person has more big power, tends to abuse their own power and other people. It's clear that the character named Young-suk in this movie is very annoying. In addition, there is a scene where the dad gives the same gift he gave during Children's Day for his daughter's birthday. The gift could be a symbol that his father was too busy with his work and didn't have time for his daughter until he didn't realize that the gift he was giving was the same gift he gave during Children's Day. Finally, there is a scene where an old woman just smiles and doesn't save herself from being bitten by a zombie. It was a sign by which she told her sister that she could not make it and escape from the area where the zombies are moving inside the train, and clearly trying to say goodbye to her sister because she couldn't make it. It was a scary yet sad movie for me, but I really like this movie because it shows a lot of what is happening in this world. So that's all from me. Thank you, and let's move on to the next presenter.
Hello, Mr. Mark and my fellow friends. I am Vanessa, and I will be explaining about the theme of our movie, which is the Train of the Busan. The main theme of this movie, which is Train to Busan, that struck me was the distinction between selfishness versus selflessness, and the second one is individualism versus collectivism. This theme was portrayed by Suk-woo that was shown in the short video. He was the main character of the movie. He has a daughter named Soo-an with him in the train heading to Busan. But during the journey to Busan, a breakout happened, which is zombie. Somehow, zombies make their way to the train and almost infected everyone there. At first, Suk-woo is incredibly selfish and individualist. He even warning his daughter Soo-an to only focus on herself and tell her to not care about others even if they were injured by the zombie. Suk-woo even blocks a pregnant woman with her husband from entering the uninfected vestibule at first. These two situations shows that how how much selfish was Suk-woo. However, throughout the film, we see Suk-woo's selfishness begin to fade when he realized that no one can fight the zombie. He fight off zombie with two other men in order to protect their wife and daughter. He began to embrace this collectivist mentally and even reluctantly sacrificing Sang-hwa, which is the man that they team up with when they fight the zombie, when Sang-hwa gives him the green light to sacrifice himself and tells Suk-woo to hold his wife from run to her husband. But at the end of this movie, he gains approval of his initially distant daughter, and after he is infected, he peacefully sacrificed himself to the zombie for the safety of the pregnant lady and his daughter. In the end, Suk-woo portrays selflessness and collectivism after some series of internal conflict within himself. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Nur Ainzanatul Hana binti Hasri, and today I will be talking about the characteristic in Train to Busan. So, Train to Busan is one of the most popular South Korean movie in worldwide with a sale of 98.5 million USD sale. Oh. So this movie is one of my favorite movie too, because it's a story about the zombie things that happen in Korea, and with this sad ending, of course. You always can have sad ending when Gong-yoo in that movie. So the four main character in this movie, we have first So Sung-woo, and then we have his daughter So Sun-an, and then we have the third one, which is Yong Sang-hwa, and the fourth one we have Yeon-suk, which is the antagonist one. So first I'm gonna talk about Sung-woo, which is the workaholic person in this movie, which he divorced with his wife and he currently living with his daughter and his mother. So during his daughter's birthday, he buy the same present he gave to her during Children's Day that made his daughter sad, and then he promised to take his daughter to Busan to meet her mother as a present for her. So that's where the zombie things happen. And from that workaholic person, he changed to a really loving father at the end, where having a flashback about how he loved his daughter, how he wished he give her more attention than he is right now. So that's why if you have Gong-yoo in that movie, this is gonna be the best movie ever. So I'm gonna give him 10 over 10. He is the great actor overall. So the next one we go to So Su-an, which is Song-woo daughter. So she played a character which is a child who have a divorced parents. The worst thing that can happen in your life as a children. So she really sad about that things, and she chose to go to Busan to meet her mother, but unfortunately during that phone call, like, she can't reach to her mom anymore. That's where she know that her mom is gone forever. And then she tried to save everyone in that train with her father. And then at the end of the movie, when we saw that Song-woo turned into zombie, Su-an just standing there crying, just how much she wished that she can bring her father along to her. So that really a sad scene for me. And also, you should watch the Battleship Island too. She played a really good character in that. She played an amazing role. So this girl deserves 9 over 10. So the third one, we have Man Do-seok, who played the role Yeon Sang-hwa. So he's a big tough guy who married a real beautiful girl, Song Kyung, and his wife is pregnant at that time. So the point from his character is that where the scene he obstruct the zombie from getting into the train. That's really make me sad where he sacrificed himself for his pregnant wife. Like, I want to get that kind of husband in my life. For Sangwa, 10/10. This character is the touching one for me that make me realize I need a husband as loving as him. Yeah. So, and for the last one, we have the antagonist, which is Yeon-suk, played by Kim Wei-sung. So don't get me wrong, it's not like I hate him. I also watch many movie and Korean dramas that he in, and most of his dramas and movies, he play antagonist character. So I don't even get like when I see him as the antagonist person in this movie, because I'm a K-drama lover. He really play a really great role in this movie, and I don't find any flaws because he like getting used with the antagonist things. So he don't have any flaws. I also give him 10/10. And at the end, when he really he get what he deserve when he being selfish, it's make me satisfied because there was a scene where he pushed that high school girl just to protect himself that make me angry. How could he do that? Like, man, why? Overall, our team gave this movie 9.5/10. So this movie is really recommended to everyone. To those who love Gong Yoo, who already watched all of Gong Yoo movie, also you really need to watch this one. And if you already watched this Train to Busan, you should watch Train to Busan 2 Peninsula. It's also a great movie with many zombie more than this Train to Busan 1. So that's all from our team. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy our video. Bye.